we had Tomas just standing in the background, staring with the same old blank look on his face that's always been there, just so blank. Like, no emotions, your girlfriend's fine, but I'm just going to be a blank stare into nothing. And then when they have their reunion, no comforting words from Tomas at all. Maybe the writers didn't want to write any in because they knew the lines would not be delivered well anyway. What is up, fellow Beyond the Gates fans? Here to talk about today's Friday episode of the show. We had a Friday cliffhanger and all, which is a rare occurrence, so that's nice. Although I feel like today's episode pissed a lot of people off, which I've been seeing online, including my own comments. And I'm one of those people that pissed off, but it pissed off people for various different reasons. This episode annoyed me from jump, having to see them try and make Grandpa Gangster, Joey, the hero who saved Abbott Newman, whatever the hell she goes by, from the chandelier falling on her head. There is no way, first of all, that Grandpa Gangster runs that fast to save her on time. Not buying that for a minute. Whatever stunt double they had, sure. But trying to make Joey spry is one thing. Trying to make him a hero, not buying it right now. I don't like how this show tries to put Joey in way too many things. I've been saying it for a long time that Michelle Valjean has quite the crush on John Lindstrom. It's never been more apparent. So I had a hard time enjoying the first half of this episode because I had to be annoyed by the writing for Grandpa Gangster and Trash per usual. Because now, of course, Trash is going to think, oh, now everyone's going to see Joey as a hero and that he should have been here in the first place. And we're never going to get the real reactions that we should be getting from the Dupree family, that Vanessa only cares about herself by bringing Joey to this event for Martin, even though it would look bad. Nobody's going to bring that up now. And they're going to continue to sweep it under the rug where Vanessa is concerned. It actually doesn't make sense from a writing standpoint whatsoever for the characters where Vanessa is concerned. There is a disconnect between Vanessa's storyline and her supposed friends and being friends with the Dupree family. So that's going to continue to annoy me for the foreseeable future. Jacob also got there pretty quickly today, even though there was supposedly a ton of trees down in yesterday's episode. And Jacob announced that Victor Newman was already back in Wisconsin somehow. So he must have taken a UFO from the DMV to Wisconsin to get back there, not only just in less than an hour, but through a tornado. So that was also stupid. Leslie was whining to Jacob that Eva can't be found and tells Jacob that Isaiah loves Eva, so don't treat Eva like an afterthought because she knows Jacob might feel some kind of way about her and Eva. But Jacob said he's going to do his job and find Eva. Of course, Jack Abbott was grateful for what Joey did because, he saved Abby. And Vanessa thinks that Joey has been a hero tonight, but that he could have been killed. And that's the last time I'll talk about Joey and Vanessa today. But I did enjoy Jack Abbott giving shit about the great Victor Newman already being home without a scratch on him. We had a little talk between Shanice and Ted at one point as they were all trying to keep everyone calm, including Shanice trying to keep Ted calm because he wants to search for his daughters. And a tree just fell on his son, even though Martin came to pretty quickly from having a tree fall on him. You would think there would at least be some broken bones somewhere, but it didn't seem to be the case, although that was our cliffhanger that we would get to. But we also had a scene about Martin and Smitty warning Jack about the guy I'm not going to mention anymore. Kat and Eva were still trapped together with Eva bleeding at the mouth, and I found the way that they wrote Tomas today to be weird because it did not seem like Tomas was at all concerned about Kat's whereabouts after a tornado. This doesn't surprise me because they're such a shitty couple with no chemistry, and I don't know why they're still together because Tomas has never actually been a good boyfriend to Kat. But I felt like that was amplified today, and of course it doesn't help that the acting for Tomas is still as robotic as ever. He had the same tone when talking to Chelsea, saying that all that matters is that they're safe. But then it had to be Chelsea was the one that had to mention, well, we don't know if Kat is safe yet. You would think that Tomas, being her boyfriend, would have been more concerned. So that was strange. Just makes me question as to why this wasn't the perfect time to kill Tomas off, because he is some big old dead weight on this show and always has been. He has way overstayed his welcome as a character on this fucking show. But the decision making, it's astonishing how bad it can be. Leslie and Nicole ended up arguing on the walkie-talkies that everyone seemed to have, because Leslie was concerned that Eva was missing. Nicole yelled at her, had to tell Leslie to sit her ass down and wait like everybody else. It was good to see some fire in Nicole where Leslie is concerned, though. I wish she would keep this fire face to face, and I also wish Nicole would have this fire for Ted every time he's still being a pushover for Leslie. But Isaiah and Jacob did get to Eva and Cat with a rescuer, and before that, Vernon was trying to console Leslie that everyone is currently being found and that Eva is being found. But when Isaiah and Jacob found her, obviously she was passed out after bleeding from the mouth, and so Isaiah's trying to get her to come to. She gets stretchered out. Leslie's freaking out over Eva, of course. When Leslie learns that Eva and Cat were together, of course, Leslie thinks that it should have been Cat that was hurt instead of her daughter, Eva. And she really did kind of make that known, being like, you two are together, and Cat, look at you, you look fine. And Eva's like this, laid out. So Leslie, of course, made a scene with Cat. Jacob asked Cat what happened, but she wanted to talk to Ted. And Ted saw the blood on Cat's hands and had to learn that it wasn't her blood, it was Eva's, and that Eva is being taken to the hospital. Ted wants to know what happened, and Cat cries in his arms. I thought Colby, who plays Cat, did excellent in these scenes with the emotion, with the just, PTSD from what just happened. This was a really good scene between Cat and Ted. And they don't have a lot of good father and daughter scenes, but this was certainly the best they've ever had, in my opinion. When Kat finally does talk to Jacob about what happened, she says it was an accident, and Jacob agrees. Jacob says nobody will blame her for this and that it was an accident, but Kat said we know that's not true, that Leslie's about to blame her. Well, she didn't say that Leslie's about to blame her, but that was the context of what Kat was saying here. Kat said that she and Eva were stuck in the stairwell when she didn't say Eva's name, but she said she was trapped in the stairwell when Nicole saw that Cat was okay, and they had their little reunion here. We had Tomas just standing in the background, staring with the same old blank look on his face that's always been there, just so blank. Like, no emotions, your girlfriend's fine, but I'm just going to be a blank stare into nothing. And then when they have their reunion, no comforting words from Tomas at all. Maybe the writers didn't want to write any in because they knew the lines would not be delivered well anyway. But once again, I ask, if you know that in the writing, why still keep this character on the show? Anyway, Tomas told Kat that he and Chelsea were scared out of their minds. But if what we saw early in this episode was Tomas scared out of his mind, sure. Kat told Tomas that she was with Eva. And at the end, Kat tells Tomas, when he says they should leave, that she wants to go to the hospital. Kat clearly has PTSD from what just happened with Eva. And Kat was being her usual brat self in yesterday's episode, not hearing Eva's concerns that something was wrong with her. She thought Eva was being lazy, not trying to help her find a way out. That was until Eva coughed up blood. So I think we're going to see a lot with the story next week with this whole maybe Eva needing blood and what that means for the Kat character. In the preview, we still see Kat saying something shitty. There's so many different directions that they can go with this storyline because of Eva's bloodline. Who's going to be a match to donate blood for Eva? Kat is saying in the preview that she doesn't want to be a match, and maybe she won't be a match, or maybe she will be too good of a match. Will Kat and Eva be real sisters, and Nicole is both of their parents? Was there some sort of baby switch, and Kat is really Leslie's, and Eva is Nicole's? Will Eva not be Ted's daughter at all? These have all been theories for a very long time, and maybe in these next couple of weeks, we can finally circle back to all of that. So that's the best thing coming out of this tornado event. Although the best thing about the tornado event to me has been Hayley. She's been so entertaining in these 3 episodes. Her and Kyle get rescued together. Kyle saying that meeting her was the best thing that happened to him. Kyle Abbott and Hayley have some really good chemistry, and it's a shame that he's not actually on this show. He would be a better addition than the other Kyle. Sorry, Greg Vaughn, but they have not given you a good character. But also, even on The Young and the Restless, every time I check it out, Kyle is a character that doesn't have good chemistry with his counterparts. So it's like both shows are missing out on a couple with actual chemistry. But Anita did catch Hayley telling Kyle that she was glad to be stuck with him. And I do think Anita made note of seeing that. And then Anita says it looks like Hayley did well riding out the storm and told Hayley that Bill is missing. So Hayley freaks out about Bill. And yeah, Kyle made his way back to Jack and Diane. And they're all going to get ready to go back to Genoa City. But I would love to trade out Ashley on this show, or, Tomas, or Trash, or even Grandpa Gangster. Send one of them to Genoa City. Let us keep Kyle Abbott. Andre, of course, had been so upset that he can't help with anything, can't look for Dani because he's hurt from whatever fell on him yesterday. Meanwhile, Dani was still in the elevator kissing Bill. Afterwards, it seemed to be implied that they went all the way in the elevator, I guess. Their clothes were still on, but that was what I got from the scenes, because Dani says that they can't say a word. Nobody says a word. They need to tell everyone they were stuck in different places. Dani was in the elevator and Bill was in the stairwell. So this is obviously going to be a secret that is going to stay with Dani for a while, although it seems like by next week she's already telling Trash, because everybody has to tell Trash about their bad sexcapades. But Dani makes her way to see Chelsea and is glad to see that Chelsea and Naomi are okay. She lies and says she hasn't seen Bill. Dani hugs Andre when she sees that Andre is hurt. He says it's just a scrape, but he's obviously just trying to act like he's not as injured as he is. They've done a good job of really wanting us to feel sorry for Andre here, because he's telling Dani that he prayed about her the whole time, hoping she was okay. Meanwhile, she was fucking Bill in the elevator. Andre wants Shanice to check up on Dani, but she says he's okay, but she's obviously crying. I'm assuming this is the guilt making her cry. Hayley, meanwhile, is putting her ring back on as Bill is approaching her, and he tells her that he was trapped in the stairwell. But at least Hayley is a smart character on this show right now. She's noticing that he doesn't have dust on him at all, so that he might be making something up here. And later in the episode, Hayley is telling Bill that he doesn't seem like himself, but Bill's just saying tonight was a lot. Even Naomi told Hayley that she is glad that Hayley is okay, and Hayley was like, really? Shocked to hear that. But I guess Hayley even getting in good with Naomi here after all of their past history. And then we even had a goodbye from Kyle Abbott once again coming up to Hayley. Hayley introduces Kyle to her husband. Kyle did not seem to give two shits that she was married when they were trapped together. But I'm kind of sad to see Kyle Abbott go, because I really think he would have been a good addition to the Hayley and Bill storyline that they continue to stretch out. I didn't think coming into this crossover event that Kyle would be the character to leave the best mark, but he is. But back to Andre and Dani. Once again, they're really beating it in here. Andre is telling Dani he needs to tell her how much he loves her. He didn't know if she was safe, and he was so worried. He didn't know it was possible for him to love someone this much. Dani, meanwhile, still feeling guilt, saying she loves him too. But Dani is really such an idiot when it comes to Bill here. And I know a lot of people are upset with Dani as a character, and they should be. This was a really stupid mistake from Dani, because of course Bill is happy about what just happened. The only reason Bill has even been trying to pursue Dani again, because it's like a game to him. He was upset that she had actually moved on with Andre, so he got his conquest, and now Dani looks like the fool that she is. Plus, I do think the reason that Andre kind of feels like Dani is his life now, I think has a lot to do with the fact that he lost his parents a long time ago. And I think he actually just learning to be in love again. So, yeah, we should all feel sorry for poor old Andre. But our cliffhanger was Martin telling that he wants to donate all of the fundraising to tornado relief. But then when he stands up, he still feels woozy and he's being stubborn, doesn't want to go to the hospital like Smitty wants him to. But as they try to walk, Martin passes out, hits the ground. So Martin's life still possibly in danger too. And judging by the spoilers, it really might be in danger. I don't know how I would feel if they killed Martin off, actually. I don't think it would. I would be annoyed. Actually, I'd be very upset because killing off Martin before the likes of Tomas, it doesn't make sense. Like, if they kill off yet another character and it's not the right kill, I'm going to be upset. So we'll see. I will talk about the preview on Sunday like always, but it was nice to have an action-packed week this week.